So, uh, I don't even know how to start talking about what I want to talk about. I am tired, and it's almost 12. I've been trying to sleep at normal hours. It is so cold this morning. My God, I've been trying to sleep at normal hours and get into a healthy routine and all of that stuff. Um, what I really wanted to actually talk about, and also hi for those who might be watching that don't know me, I'm Nondescript Midnight. I do um, game development. I'm an amateur game developer, video essayist, live streamer, and speedrunner. Um, you don't need my credentials for this conversation. Um, so I'm going to start with a little anecdote, right? When I was much younger, I used to run a lot. Used to I was quite energetic and stuff. And then as I got older, that got more and more difficult. And when I say older, I mean from like 5 to 7 years old. and uh, I still kept exercising actually. But we would have like fun races and stuff at school and competitions and all of that stuff. And I would enter and want to race and want to run and want to exercise. I found it really difficult. I could not keep up with the others at all. I would get tired a lot quicker. It was very, very difficult. It felt like I had to put in a lot more extra work to even keep up. And even in high school, I sort of gave up on sports because it was very difficult to move the way others did. I mean, I was doing hockey and water polo and like I think I even tried cricket and I was doing tennis as well. Like I was like busy all the time trying to like do sport, but I kind of gave up on it. And the reason I gave up on it is I struggled physically to keep up with other people a lot throughout my life. And that is not a personal failing. Um, and I'm going to be as sincere with this as possible and try to be concise to set this up. In my early 20s, I had severe chronic pain a lot, all the time. And even in my like teens, I had a lot of pain all the time. I didn't know how to deal with this or what to do or how to manage it. On top of the fact that I was autistic and ADHD and uh, was not getting treatment for that at all. Like nobody really treated me for it at all. And that's really bad, right? Because obviously I couldn't function in school at all, essentially. And that made me severely depressed. On top of the fact that there's a lot of trauma, my home environment was pretty fucked up, wasn't great, but we're not going to go into that. That's more personal. Um, so I struggled with chronic pain, and I would try so many ways to try and validate to other people that I was in pain all the time. And I was wrong about what was going on a lot of the time and didn't know how to like really talk about it. So I tried my best to come up with theories. And that's basically how I coped, right? And instead of saying, this is my theory, I would just say, this is what I have, because it didn't really help me, in my mind at least, to say, this is what I think is wrong with me, even though that's the more logical thing to do. But people didn't take that as seriously. And so in order for me to feel like not embarrassed taking a cane somewhere, I would say, this is what's happening to me. This is what I know. Um, and let's just say it set me down a little bit of a rabbit hole in terms of trying to explain to people that I was not okay and I didn't know what was wrong, but I tried to find out what was wrong. Um, like, I have severe photosensitivity and I get sick a lot. And as far as I know, I've had one or two seizures that ended me in like the hospital, right? Um, like I don't know about the rest or whatever. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, so I have struggled with chronic pain my whole life and I've tried many different ways to sort of solve it. And I had a massive crash out, I think, when I was about 25, where like all of my walls kind of came tumbling down, and I realized I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and so it came out to other people. I said, trying to be honest with other people, that I said that I lied, which, like, I didn't really, because fundamentally I still had the same problems. It was just that my conclusions were wrong. But I felt that I was deceiving people, and it felt really bad, and I felt bad, and I kind of gaslit myself into saying, like, no, I can't actually be having these. I must be lying. Like, because I've been to doctors, I've been going to therapy and seeing psychiatrists and stuff, and they all told me I was fine, right? But I wasn't. I was not fine, okay? And I probably just had really bad luck, but also doctors who didn't quite know how to um, deal with my specific issues, right? Okay. So I am desperately trying to figure out what's going on, right? And yesterday, um, someone mentioned something to me, and I sent them a video. A very dear friend of mine. And um, yeah, uh, I have a more firm understanding of why I'm in pain now. Um, I'm hoping that I can go to a doctor with my concerns and we can get that all sorted out. But suffice to say, um, I am quite hypermobile, like really, really, really hypermobile. And I'm going to be showing uh, some more clips, I guess, because it's not just that I can do all sorts of strange things with my hands, and um, this is why I believe I struggle. I need to take off the jersey to. This is why I believe I actually struggle with. Just going to cut to when I take the jersey off, because this is going to take a while. And this is why I believe I struggled so much with exercise, because your arms are not meant to do that. You're it's not meant to, you're not meant to be able to bend your arms backwards, right? Like I can do it with my legs too. I've got a clip of me doing it on stream. Do you want to see what I can do with my legs? It's hilarious. Hang on. I don't know if I could show it on camera. So if you check my legs, sorry, is the okay, so these are my legs. Sorry, the bed's a bit black. So so you're not meant to be able to do that, right? I'll probably play that in the edit. Um, yeah. My skin is not as loose, I guess, as other people. I mean, it's still like. Actually, now that I'm recording it, that's pretty bad. Actually, I didn't realize it was that bad. Uh, so, um, so I tried very I came across as very inconsistent to other people, and that's not on them. It genuinely isn't. I don't know what the solution would have been to the things I was saying, like to how I was trying to find out what the fuck was going on, right? Um, but anyway, the reason I struggled in high school to keep up sports wise with the others is simply because my muscles have to work extra hard, because from what I can tell, this hypermobility, it's not a good thing. It's not extra flexibility. I can also put my foot behind my head, but I'm not going to show you that one. Both feet, actually. I thought it was a neat party trick, but it turns out it's actually a problem. So, uh, yeah, so that's probably, in fact, I am 95% sure the reason I am in pain all the time. And I had gaslit myself for many years now that I was not in pain and I was just imagining it. And even though I tried to find methods to cope, it hasn't really worked in that way. And because of all of that, I ended up believing that I was just trying to deceive people. Like I was walking on a cane to deceive people. I was doing this for attention or whatever. When the truth is that I was actually like just desperately trying to get help, right? And um, like I say, Other people, even if it's understandable what I was going through, other people do not have to like coddle you or have to be around for it. Um, but I hope that this helps someone who might be going through something similar. Um, what I believe is the problem is EDS. Um, I don't, I don't like. I am going to go to a doctor as soon as I can. But I am making this because I am pretty sure that even whatever is causing this hypermobility is the problem and most likely causes EDS. It's actually kind of scary how I didn't realize it was that's wild. Actually, that's I didn't realize it was that bad. Um, and another story, which I've had bottom surgery, gender reassignment surgery, and my recovery from that was extremely excruciating. I had anemia for months. I was very sick for almost over a year recovering from that surgery. And some people are relatively sick, but I was like supposedly healthy and quite young when I got it. So I should have been healing better, and I wasn't. And now I kind of have an idea of why. And I just kind of wanted to share this because I do feel bad for the people that like have found me very inconsistent and very um flighty when it comes to like me trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with me. Um and I thank those who have stuck around for their patience. I mean, it's not really my fault, you know. It's not my fault that like I was trying to find a way to be healthy, right? It's not my fault. Um, so I just wanted to like put my thoughts out there in case it helps someone else who's going through the motions of like, this is wrong with me, this must be wrong with me, this must be wrong with me, and then telling people that and then being wrong. Um, you know, I thought I was allergic to nuts for a while there, and it's because I got really sick after eating some nuts once. Turns out that's not the case. So there was a little bit of hypochondria, I suppose. But it's because like everything else was broken, you know, like my body is literally a noodle body. Like, so it's very yeah, it's very surreal to kind of have that experience, I suppose, of like someone just telling you, have you looked into this? And then you look into it and you're like, this might actually be what's going on, and I've never considered it. And also, I've been ignoring the fact I've been pushing really hard on so many things. Like, I've been really pushing myself to be a successful person. But I struggle with mental health and I struggle with physical health, and I just push past it and it exhausts me and I feel burnt out all the time. And I just don't take enough time to rest as much time as I need because I genuinely believed that I was just making it up and it was all in my head, but it's not. Uh, this even if this isn't EDS, this is a huge problem. That my body can do this because it means that my muscles have to work extra hard. So I'm just making this video because I want people who are in a similar situation to kind of just have my sympathy and to just tell them that it's not your fault that you're struggling to figure out what's going on with you. Our medical system is also fucked. Like, so many doctors will just say there's nothing wrong with you. You're like young. You can't possibly have these problems, and then just dismiss you or disregard you. So many would just do that and then like send you to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist would be, yeah, why do you think you're in pain? Hmm? And it's like, I don't have a reason why I'm in pain. That's why I went to a doctor. You know, so it's very frustrating. And then when you do have mental health struggles, they tell you that you're lying about those too. Like, oh, I feel like super depressed. Oh, have you tried going for a walk? I go for walks and my knees bend backwards. It's painful. I do exercise, actually, the gentle exercises that I can do. And I'm going to be as gentle as possible. In the future as well. Um, so like, yeah, it's very frustrating because also I've we've been living as a system for like at least a year now, operating as a system for like as a dissociative identity disorder like system. Um and I am seeing therapists about it and stuff now, but it's been really impossible to try and like get like to a point where I can say like this confidently, like this is what's going on, because it's just so chaotic. Like what else could possibly be going on? And like I guess I'm just saying, like, if you are having struggles like this, like, you're not alone. Um, and you should take care of yourself, you know? Like, a big thing for me, a friend has been fighting me to get a cane, because I said I'm in pain, and I've been like, no, I don't need a mobile aid, a mobility aid. I'm fine. I'm this, I'm that. And it all boils down to the fact that I feel guilty that, um, that I was a burden on others, and still am to some degree. I'm hoping that I can be more self-sustaining in the future, but I feel like I felt like such a huge burden, and any indicator that I am a burden is just terrible. You know, I shouldn't be that. I should be better. I'm not old enough to be having these problems. I'm not this, I'm not that. And at the end of the day, if you just don't take care of yourself, you're going to be burnt out and unable to do anything you like to do. You know, you can't. You have to be, you have to be good to yourself to um to 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 like succeed. Um, and I think that if you feel like something is wrong, and if you get it checked out and nobody knows what's going on, but you still feel there's something wrong, keep insisting, I would say. And it's really not your fault. And I'm sorry, and my heart goes out to you. Um, but yeah, I I do struggle with physical health problems that have kind of been brushed to the side, it felt like, by both friends and medical people. Um, and partners as well, who just because like I've struggled uh, to like quantify it, right? I've struggled with people actually like being like, hey, what's going on here, you know? And I guess just another thing is, I guess if you are the partner of someone who's struggling with things like this, and one day they crash out and say that they don't believe that anything's wrong with them, and they don't, and they think that they're deceiving you or whatever, probably get them to like get them to see like a therapist or like a doctor or something, because generally when something like that happens, it's not that there's nothing wrong, it's that they're afraid that they're deceiving people, right? They're afraid that what they're saying is inaccurate. And sometimes it might be, but if there's a problem, you're just trying to fix the problem. And if you don't know what the problem is, it's very difficult to quantify that and explain it to other people. So I guess be kind to yourselves, and don't let other don't let yourself don't be convinced. Don't gaslight yourself, basically. You know, and yeah, that's basically it. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if other people like eye roll if I like use a mobility aid or something, like, oh, you're just doing it again or whatever. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, like, if it helps me and makes sure that I don't get worse, um, that's much better. That's a much better outcome than the judgment of other people. And that's all really. Um, be excellent to each other, I guess. Um, oh, and Black Lives Matter, fuck the police, and trans rights, and happy Pride. Uh, cheers.